Hey guys, Jeff here, and today I just wanted to do kind of a rehash and a compare and contrast over the different yarn that I've been able to make from dogbane. You guys know that I've been doing this experiment for a while, and I just decided that instead of trying something new, and I still intend to try spinning on my Dodeck spinning wheel, but I just thought that we would go back, do kind of a rehash or recap, my pros and cons and my considerations going forward. So let's start with the old. So this is some of the yarn as I've gotten better with my first spindle, the one that's just a spool, a stick, and a hook. It's not great. I don't use this anymore. I kind of keep it for old time's sake since it's what's gotten so much dogbane spun for me. It definitely makes for a thicker yarn. It's harder to get as much speed in it. And so I feel like I have to do it thicker since I can't get a whole lot of high twist in there. But it's the type that I still hope to maybe do some crochet or knitting with at some point. But I haven't really revisited that in a while. There's some of the other older ones there. But it's the first one. It's the one that got me into all this. And then after that, I think the next one I did, I actually have almost none of anymore. I found in the garage some of this, I use it as garden twine now. It was, if you go back, and we'll post the video of course, the Turkish spindle with line fiber. There just wasn't enough speed to it. It works for garden twine, but I don't really want to do anything serious with it. I had better luck when I started doing the line fiber. On this spindle. I believe we call this style a twaddle. It's been a while since I've done that one. But you get a lot more speed, a lot higher twist. And so that felt a lot more stable when it came to the line fibers. But what I learned is that I really prefer my line fibers on the support spindle. This was my first support spindle. I've made more since. And I don't know if I'm gonna stick with this one for the dogbane or if I'll try some of the others. But I think this was also when I spun from the fold. Support spindles definitely give high twist. You don't have the weight pulling down on them, so you can really kind of control your thickness and your amount of twist a little bit more. Yeah, really liked the way that this one turned out. Really liked spinning from the fold for the line fibers. It felt like it worked the best for dogbane, which is probably what I'm going to be trying when I finally get around to the Dodeck spinning wheel, is doing the line fibers and spinning from the fold. The thing that really made the difference for me when it came to the carded fibers, the toe fibers, was, and I'm having this stand in for my my charka because I'm actually rebuilding my charka. I made a box so that way I can have it. It's bigger than a book charka. It's smaller than a briefcase charka. I'll do a video when I get it finished, show what I've come up with, and I really liked the charkas because you got such a high amount of twist, and these are actually just singles, but they hold together so well. Like, this was what made me start thinking I could really see myself possibly weaving with the dogbane at some time. I started off with the idea that I know knit and crochet. I might try knit and crochet, but the charka really changed my mind of maybe, just maybe, weaving's the way to go. I'm probably going to start small scale. I'm really considering doing a narrow band, kind of like I did. I made a band for my distaffs using my inkle loom and using either an inkle loom or one of those small rigid heddles. I actually got one of those laser cut recently. I'm really considering using the dogbane for that. Make like a hat band or a bracelet just to get a feel for how it goes before I try anything bigger. But I tell you what, the Tockley, because you guys know I like my spinning compact enough to travel. The charka was something I was stuck just doing at home, but with the Tockley, I was able to take it with me, spin wherever I was, and honestly, the results between the Tockley and the Charka are really similar as far as how the thread comes out, and at this point it really is thread instead of yarn when you see just how thin I'm getting these singles. And again, they're both really consistent, they're both really similar, but the biggest difference that I think you can probably see here is how much I can fit on. I was surprised that my Tockley, I was able to fit a lot more yarn or thread on there, just going all the way out here, making it really full. I didn't feel like I could get my spindle quite as full with the Charka. So those are my takeaways. This is where I've landed in my experiments so far. These are the things that have worked okay. Quite frankly, next videos that are going to be coming for dogbane, let's go with that. I need to get to spinning. Actually, I need to process some more dogbane so I can get to spinning on the Dodeck spinning wheel. That's going to come out next, so then there's going to be one more that we really should compare in here. But the next thing is I really need to see how it goes for finishing. So I actually have multiple skeins for several of these, and I want to try, especially with the ones that I'm really liking, try some controls. I read an article, and if I can find that article, I'll link it down in the comments, in the description of this video. But I read about boiling dogbane for, I think, half an hour. There was another part of the article I think talked about using washing soda. I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to start by boiling it for half an hour. So the ones that I have multiples of, I'm hopefully, before the year's out, going to be able to show you a comparison between what it looks like pre-boiling and post-boiling. So Dodeck spinning wheel and finishing these, hopefully. But quite frankly, these guys over here and the Dodeck are probably what you're going to see me using from now on for my dogbane, the Tockley and the support spindle, just because of the added control. The others have been a good experiment. Maybe I'll revisit a drop spindle if after finishing this it feels like it's worth knitting or crocheting, but I know that vegetable fibers aren't going to have stretch and give to them the same way that wool does. So I know that's why weaving works better for these than knit or crochet does. I still want to try it. You guys know me and my experiments. I want to try it. But there you go. That is a compare and contrast of what I've had so far in my dogbane experiments. Hopefully a few more experiments to come. And thanks to everyone who has been following along on all these.